He's very manipulative, Tommy Shelby is, but I just love his demeanor. He doesn't get crazy, he doesn't fly off the handle, he tries to be low-key, he's not ostentatious. He's kind of what a real mob guy should be, you know? He really plays the role well. Hey everyone, welcome to another Sit Down with Michael Franzese. Hope everybody is doing well. All is good and blessed on this end. Praise God for that. And before I get started, all you Yankee haters, don't get upset with me. I'm sorry. I've been a Yankee lover since birth. Mickey Mantle was my idol way back when. And hey, can't argue with their record right now. It's early in the season. I don't get too high on this, but right now they got the best record in the majors. Aaron Judge is on a tear. Stanton, who I knew well, he went to school with my son, played ball with him. They're doing good. So fingers crossed, because you know in baseball, like any other sport, things can turn pretty quickly. But so far, for all you Yankee fans out there, we're doing pretty good. We'll see what happens. You know what the ideal thing would be? Yankee-Dodgers in the World Series. That's what Major League Baseball wants. Captures the biggest audience. We'll see. Who knows? We'll wait till then to find out. We'll wait till the World Series time. Anyway, I just got back from Texas. I had a couple of things to do there over the weekend. I'm excited about one thing in particular. I'm going to be doing a course, a biblically based course. It's going to be great. We're going to offer it out to everybody. Not for a lot of money. It's going to be very cheap. Just going to cover the production costs, but I think it's something that people are really going to get something out of. So look for that in the coming months. I'll be announcing it, but it was very nice to be a part of that. We filmed it yesterday, been working on it for quite some time with a organization called TOME, T-O-M-E. You can look them up online. Great biblical-based organization. And you know, a couple of months back, I was asked to watch Peaky Blinders, you know, the British crime show, mob show. And so I started watching it back then. Obviously, I have an interest. You know, I review these series, and I couldn't get into it. Now, why couldn't I get into it? Because I couldn't understand the Brits. The accent is a little tough. You know, a couple of years back, I went to England. I spoke there, and I spoke all over, you know, for mostly a faith-based audience. And we were on the Isle of Man, you know, and it's a little island off the coast of the United Kingdom. And it was funny because they describe it as 70,000 drunk people hanging on a rock. But it's a tax haven. It rains there all the time, but some people live there. And we did I had a speaking engagement there. A lot of people showed up. It was a great event. People were following me around, asking me questions. You know, we had cocktails and we dined after that. And there was one fellow that came from Liverpool, and people, I will tell you this, the guy spoke to me for an hour. I didn't understand a word he was saying. I just kept nodding my head, saying yes. When I went on the recent tour, I was telling my host, I said, look, sometimes I can't understand, you know, the people that are interviewing me. I can't understand. I need help. I need a translator. So, but we got through it okay. You know, it's not too bad. But I didn't watch Peaky Blinders because I just couldn't get into it, you know, with the accent. Then my brother-in-law said to me, Michael, watch it with the subtitles. Well, I did that, and this was months later, and I absolutely love this series. It is brilliant. I have to tell you, I think the writer was Stephen Knight. He created it, but what a brilliant job. You know, when you're watching a series that every 5, 6, 7 minutes something exciting happens, I'm just captivated by that. I tell you, I love all of these series out. They've replaced movies for me. I mean, you know, series like Ozark and, of course, you know, all the big ones, Breaking Bad and The Sopranos and all, just brilliantly written, brilliantly acted, brilliantly directed. You know, series are where it's at. That's why I'm excited that my series is going to be a series and not a movie. I really am. So, but Peaky Blinders, absolutely great. I thought it was appropriate. People have asked me all the time, Michael, will you review it? Now, there were 6 seasons, I think, so it's kind of hard to review the entire series, but there are specific things that I have written down that really stood out in my mind, and I'm going to review Peaky Blinders over a series of Mondays. You know, we do the Monday. But today I want to give you an overview on it because I was just in London and it's kind of close to me right now. So I want to give you an overview of it and then I'll get into some particulars as we go. It may not be every Monday. I'll break it up because we have other things that we're doing. But I am telling you, if you haven't seen this series, watch it. It's on Netflix now. Put the subtitles on. Give yourself a little bit to get into it. I guarantee you will. What is it about? You know, they don't have the mafia in the United Kingdom, in England. It's not there. It doesn't really exist there. Yeah, we might appear every once in a while, but we don't have a stronghold or a foothold there at all. So they have their other crime groups. Peaky Blinders is a gang or a crime family based upon a real crime family, or a real gang, I should say, of the same name, Peaky Blinders, way back when. I think it was in the 1800s. They're out of Birmingham, England, and that's where this Peaky Blinders, post-World War I, just after the World War, this family got together. And you know what? It really is a family. And let me tell you some of the differences right now. Women have a prominent role in this Peaky Blinders mob family, prominent role. They have a lot to say. The men listen to them. They have a vote in certain things like their commission. They have a vote in certain policies and things that are going to happen. So women play a prominent role in this. One in particular, her name is Polly. She's brilliant in this. And she is related to the main character, Cillian Murphy, who plays Tommy Shelby. It's the Shelby family that's mainly Peaky Blinders. And he's terrific. Cillian Murphy is terrific. A while ago, they were talking about Cillian Murphy playing Michael in our TV series. At first, I didn't really know who he was. I saw him in one or two movies. I said, But after I saw him in this, he was brilliant. He's not going to be Michael. We already casted somebody, but he's brilliant. Another guy, Tom Hardy. I got to tell you, Tom Hardy is an unbelievable actor. He plays a Jewish-British mob guy. And his accent, his movements, it's just unbelievable the way he took on this role. He is such a brilliant actor. Everybody in this series is brilliant. And Arthur is Cillian Murphy's, Tommy Shelby's brother. Crazy kind of guy, brutal, but brilliant. And he's through the whole series too. He's terrific. Anyway, for an overview of this, Tommy Shelby is the leader of this. I love his character because he's very low-key. Only once in a while do you see him really lose it, but he's pretty low-key. He's very conscientious. He's always manipulating and scheming. He always has things figured out. He always appears to be one step ahead of everybody else. And the Shelby family from Birmingham is a target of everybody. Everybody. They're into drugs. They're into alcohol, liquor distribution. They're into just about anything. They're into gambling. That's big. So they're into just about any racket that made sense back then. And we see it all throughout this series. And, he's very manipulative, Tommy Shelby is. But I just love his demeanor. He doesn't get crazy. He doesn't fly off the handle. He tries to be low-key. He's not ostentatious. He's kind of what a real mob guy should be. He really plays the role well. And like I said, he always seems to be one step ahead of everybody else. He's always thinking ahead. He's always planning. But he's always concerned about the family. He wants to take care of the family. Polly is his aunt, and she's some kind of a character, I got to tell you. Again, very manipulative, very definite. She has Tommy's ear. She makes herself known. She does kill somebody in this series, so we see what she's capable of. She's a gangster, I got to say it. She really is. What's interesting, too, I just wrote the book, Mafia Democracy. Yes, it's to my right, to your left. But Winston Churchill even gets involved here. And what does he do? He uses Peaky Blinders to do some of his dirty work. And there's a relationship between Tommy Shelby and Winston Churchill. And there's always a lot of manipulation going on, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of betrayals. But it's just so great. I got to tell you, it's so terrific. So the whole premise is this gang, Peaky Blinders from Birmingham, they're actually gypsies. They're just trying to establish themselves as the power in all of England at the time. And in that time, they come up against the Italians, they come up against the Jews, they come up against the Irish. They're fighting all of them at one time. Everybody wants to kill Tommy Shelby. There's been 3 or 4 or 5 assassinations attempts on his life. His brother Arthur, who is kind of his enforcer, crazy kind of guy, they tried to kill him also. You know, a lot of this stuff going on, but like I said, every 5, 6, 7 minutes there's action, there's something happen. You're on the edge of your seat, a lot of tension, and that happens throughout the whole 6 episodes. You know, and it's rare when you can keep somebody's attention through 6 episodes. I know The Sopranos started to die out a little bit at the end. Some of these, they don't go too far. Right now, my TV series, it's slated for 3 seasons, 10 episodes per season. Hopefully it'll last that long. Maybe if it's really got legs, it'll go longer than that. We'll see how it's going. It's going to be up to all of you if you like it. But your attention is held throughout this whole series. I'm not going to get into the details of it at this moment. I have everything laid out. I am going to get into it. I just wanted to really announce to all of you that I will be getting into it. And while I'm in England in July, I'll be continuing this series. I may even walk around to a couple of places where Peaky Blinders took place, some of the scenes and locations. We're looking to do a couple of things different. I think you'll enjoy that. You know, the last time I was in London area, there's a town there called Shoreditch. And one of the hotels was a former courthouse that they turned into a hotel. And in that courthouse, I understand there were 2 or 3 jail cells, and the Cray brothers were kept in them. And they actually kept those cells. They fixed them up a little bit, obviously, but it's kind of a tourist attraction. You can go in there and see where the Cray brothers were housed. Now, I don't really like to go into jails to see what other people did. I spent enough time in there myself and spent 25 plus years visiting my father and a lot of other people, so I don't get intrigued by that. But just to be there and see it, it was a pretty cool thing. So what we may do is go around to some of the different sites in the United Kingdom. We plan to open things up a little bit for you then. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's all going to be mob related. We're not going to get away from what we do content-wise. But, you know, I think it's important. We're going to talk about the Irish gangs. We're going to talk about the Jewish gangs, especially in Peaky Blinders. They're very, very prominent. We're going to talk about some of the Italians and the things that happen. You know, they make the Italians look bad in this. They actually make everybody look bad because Peaky Blinders, they're kind of the bad heroes in this. But it's brilliantly done. So I just wanted to let you know that we're getting into it. I would suggest that you watch it. You know, tune into it, watch it, put the subtitles on, get ready for this, because I think that we're going to be reviewing this over about 5 or 6 different Mondays. Like I say, we may break it up, do the bulk of it while I'm in the United Kingdom. I'm going to be there for 6 weeks. A lot of followers from the United Kingdom. I think they're going to really enjoy it. But I know all of you will too, because many of my followers, they just like to, you know, hear about the different mob families and the different mobs throughout the world. So we're going to get into it all. So I think that's it for today. Just wanted to give you an overview of it. I've got a lot of stuff coming up, people. If you haven't bought the book yet, I appreciate it. We hit the Amazon bestsellers list in 4 categories within 2 hours of our launch last week. Our wine is doing well. We're expanding it all over the nation and now all over the world. We're going to be delivering it to England and to other places now. It's really moving. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it. You know, sit down with your family, have a glass of Franzese wine. Hopefully you enjoy the wine and the story behind it. So that's it for today, my friends. How do I always leave you? Same way. Be safe. And I really mean that, man. I come back to America and I hear some of the things that are going on here. It's just scary. It really is. Women, please be careful. You know, I read a story yesterday. This was terrible. I gotta tell you. 15-year-old girl is at a sporting event with her father. She leaves to go to the restroom or go up to the concessions, and she never comes back. It turns out that some guys kidnapped her. Who knows how? 15 years old, whether they put a gun in her back or said, we got somebody there that's going to kill your dad if you don't come along with us. They took her. And it was a sex trafficking deal. They raped this poor young girl several times. Fortunately, the police found her. This is a young girl, a 15-year-old girl, with her father at a big sporting event that just left to go to the restroom and never came back. And this is one of the fortunate situations, even though God knows what this poor girl has gone through, that they found her. Human trafficking is horrible. It's a disgrace. It's disgusting. I never say this, but man, people that engage in this and would do something like this, they deserve some very severe consequences. You want to bully somebody, don't bully kids and don't bully women. Go after men if that's what you need to do. This is just horrible. It's disgraceful and disgusting to me. And man, I hope these people pay the price for their consequences. I really mean that. So ladies, please be safe. When you're in a parking lot anywhere, look around you. Look at your surroundings. It's important. Somebody can come up to you on a second's notice and it could be a problem. So be safe. Be healthy. I tell you this all the time. Listen, try to enjoy your life. When you put on a little bit too much weight, when you shouldn't, stuff like that, it's not good for you. It's not healthy. So be conscious of your health. It's important. And I really mean this. I mean this from my heart. God bless all of you. And yes, God willing, I'll see you next time. Take care.